Hey everybody, Dave here. This is a single video in my 15-part series for Let's Build in Blue Prism using Notepad++. I'm assuming that if this isn't part one, then you have seen the video prior to this. Let's get started. Then we want to set the general settings. I guess we can use this to navigate to. All right, and then now that we're in here, let's go back into Application Modeler and identify some of these. So we have the window preferences, we have the close button, we also want the label localization. We'll identify that. Localization, got it. So we can verify that's there. We actually need that? I think the reason we need it is that this, right, this is just a combo box. Okay. Combo box. There's nothing to uniquely identify it. So I'm going to use match index just in case. And it'll use the first combo box it finds on the page. We're going to deselect window text because that doesn't help us identify it. Okay. And then now what I'm going to do next is I'm going to create the rest of these. One thing I want to mention is that there is a hide checkbox here and a hide checkbox here, and I'm going to distinguish between the two by creating two different elements, but distinguishing only by the match index 1, match index 2. So label toolbar, then add a child element. We'll identify this hide button, and it's going to be match index 1. So this will be a checkbox hide toolbar. Then, well, let's go ahead and spy standard icons. I may not be able to, actually I don't think this has any value there for it. Nope. Okay, so we're going to change this and use active accessibility, because I think that this is going to give us the value that of whether or not the radio button is selected. A checked true, and it should say false there if it's not checked. This is going to not be configurable for now. I could spy all three of these and then choose to click on one of them based upon the input, but let's just do it. Okay, we're going to make this dynamic. We'll create a single element for this. You know what, it's not that many. Okay, we're going to pare down the what we want here, and then I'm just going to duplicate the elements because it's only a couple extra. It's not that big of a deal. Panel window. Window text is not something. Wait, that is something we want to match on. No, we just want. We'll do name, standard icons, and highlight. And then if I changed it to big icons, highlight. All right, so here's something where I could pass in a dynamic attribute value, but it's not really worth it for how confusing that might be. So I'm just going to create this and then duplicate it. Radio, and this is going to be standard icons. And then I'm just gonna copy this and paste. change the name to big icons. Then add an, oh, that's not what I meant to do. Delete. Let's copy. No, I meant to copy. Paste. And change from big icons to small icons. And the only difference is that it's going to say small icons. Really feel like I should be doing dynamic attributes here, but whatever. Big icons, small icons. This lets us test in application modeler. So just don't judge me, okay? This is going to be the label for document list panel. Identify show. This is going to be a checkbox for show. And right, this is probably going to need to be done in AA mode again. Yeah, I guess we'll have to do all of them in AA mode. That way we get that, what is it, A checked. It shows false, it'll show true the other way. All right, yeah, that's fine. Identify in AA mode. Checkbox, disable extension column. Okay. You know, I was supposed to name all these with AA, wasn't I? That's okay. I don't think I need both window text and name selected. Default action. Okay, since this is actually kind of time consuming to and a little bit annoying to deal with each of these, I'm going to spy the rest of these, but then for all of the tab bar checkboxes, I'm going to use dynamic inputs so that we attempt to do it both ways. And you can decide for yourself whether you think it's confusing. Okay. Now, let's do show status bar. This is going to be outside of these groups though, so add element inside of here. Okay, we just want role check button, parent role, parent name, self, do. We do want the name. We don't want ID. Don't need the element count or description. Default action. And let's reorganize. Okay, and that looks good, I think. This is going to be a checkbox. Show status bar. And let's add one more. Checkbox. Hide menu bar. I definitely did the wrong spy mode. I could probably just copy, paste, and just name it this, and then just change the name to hide menu bar. Use Alt or F10 key to toggle. There we go. Now the fun part. Ready. ready to spy tab bar for dynamic elements. We're just going to make one more element. That's not true. We need two more elements. So let's create a child underneath our preferences window, and this is going to be label tab bar. Add a child, identify. We're going to do hide. This is going to be the same as the other hide, so I probably didn't need to spy it or create this at all. Let's just delete this and go find this one, copy, and paste it in here. And then just change the match index to 2. And now we've got our other hide button. All right. Now let's add another element in here. We're going to call these checkboxes dynamic tab bar. Oops, didn't mean to do that. Dynamic tab bar. And let's identify one of them. Actually, we don't probably need to do that. I could have just copied this, delete, and do this again. Copy, paste, and we're going to paste this in here. Change the, well, we probably don't need the match index that's going to be in here. We just need the window text. Is there not a name? Wait. What's this identified in? I think I did this. I didn't do this in yeah, okay. I didn't do this one in I didn't do this in AA mode, so we're gonna have to redo that. You know what? Let's just pick one of the other ones, and we'll just copy it a couple times. So delete and whoops. Did I do that? I didn't mean to do that. Hide toolbar. Delete. Hide. Tab bar and hide toolbar. Copy. Let's just delete this, and we're going to copy this guy. I haven't pared these down, so let's go remove all this stuff again. ID, element count, description, default action, self. We don't need the parent name. We don't need window text. Change this up in here. Show. Okay, so we got that. Okay, now we can copy this and paste it into here. Like this. I'm going to rename it. Checkbox hide toolbar. Just rename to hide. Copy. Go into here and paste. And this is going to be hide tab bar. And the only difference is that, oh, I should have done the match index, shouldn't I? Match index. This is going to be match index 2. And then the other one is going to be match index 1. Okay. Now that we got that sorted out, let's do, we're going to copy this and paste, but we don't need the match index actually. And now we're just going to match on any of these pieces of text. So where's the name? Okay, so if we tested exit on close the last tab, highlight, good to go. So you should be able to identify any of those except for hide. So, you know, it's not perfect, but I think it's something that's pretty good. Certainly make it easy for me to develop this. But other people would need to understand that only the multi-line through exit on close or last tab would work for this if they wanted to select certain things. Though technically it would still work for other ones. It just wouldn't work for hide. They would get an error. So I have to think about how this is going to work. All right, thanks for watching this part of this 15-part series in Let's Build in Blue Prism, where we work with Notepad++. I'll see you next time.